Hi, my name is Kion Benjamin. I'm a 100 meter and 200 meter sprinter for Trinidad and Tobago. I'm an Olympian, Commonwealth medalist, CAC medalist, and Big Ten two-time 100 meter champ. And here are my 10 essentials with Total Sport. This essential number one, a very important one, my training bag with my spikes outside of my training bag. I like to keep it tied to the top of the bag and to the front. And I get told about having stuff hanging off of my bag a lot, but this allows me to keep space for more things inside of my bag when I keep my spikes outside of my bag. My first ever spikes, good. I don't remember my first spikes. My favorite spikes, I would say, are Under Armour spikes, ironically. Because I remember I ran in these spikes and I ran 10:49 in Hampton International. I came second. One of my best memories in track. And I also ran 21:1 in those spikes. And those are the spikes that got me my scholarship to my current school. I definitely still have those spikes somewhere home, hidden away. I probably have to put them in a case, but those are some big spikes. Nice. These spikes are called, by the way, the Max Fly. And I would use the Superfly Elites 2s for my block training. And the reason why I use these two different spikes is when I saw myself running the Superfly Elite, which does not have the spring, I use more effort and power when using those other spikes, whereas I find myself being more lazy with the help from these spikes. And then I transition back to these spikes for competition, making it much easier to run faster. So my essential number two would definitely obviously be my phone, mainly because my coach would send the workout every either Sunday or Monday at noon. I would always look over the workout prior to practice. I have my warm-up sheets and any other exercises that I would need, whether it's in my warm-up or when I'm in the training room. I also would have my pre and post workout prep or recovery from my trainers. So all of this will be stored up in my phone and ready to go. I would say I'm more so a phone guy, along with schoolwork and countless emails, and then keeping up with what's going on the team, just social media and life. Another very important thing is music is on my phone. Along with having all my music on my phone, I have 2 sets of headphones because I come from a very heavily music-based family. I like to big up Benjamin, that's my granddad, Santa looking for a wife. Of course, you all know that song. And then my dad is a DJ. No many people know, but if you want to bring a CD, just let me know, you could get it. But I am also a dancer, so music is a big part of my preparation for even training, because if you ever see me, I'm either probably dancing whether I'm listening to music or not. Music is still playing in my head. No matter what, this is a big part of my warm-up, whether my coach likes it or not. I think he's come to the conclusion that he has to allow me to dance before I run. Helps with getting me, warm and staying relaxed and comfortable. But definitely music is a big part of my preparation for training and even competition. So dancing along with track is one of my escapes. So definitely I would say I used to be dancing on stage when I was at a very young age. I would be dancing in competitions and bazaars up on the stage back in primary school. That's something I always used to do. Like, if a lot of people who knew me back in the day, they knew me as a dancer boy, that's just what it was. So being on the big stage, on the track, I just take it as being on the big stage when I'm dancing. So I love the crowd, I feed off of the crowd, I love the atmosphere, I love the cheering. So nerves that you would typically get from being on the starting line, I just developed myself to switch that over to if I was in front of a crowd and dancing. So that helps me stay relaxed and stay calm and takes away my nerves.
You mind doing one of those dances now?
Top 3 artists in music. Definitely number 1 was Rod Wave. It's not necessarily for dancing, but that Rod Wave was my number 1. Forever will be Pop Smoke. Last artist will probably be Chris Brown, hence, being a dancer. But somewhere in there, Michael Jackson will always be the king, and that's where it all started. But currently, it's those 3. So I would say my number 4 essential would be my Apple Watch. Not only just for style, really is very important for timing all my workouts. I love to time my rest, because I need to make sure I get enough rest, sometimes sneaking a little bit more rest if necessary, and get my splits in between reps. I like to know exactly what I'm running all the time, especially back home too. I used to time myself. along with my coach timing me. So once my coach is timing me, we could compare and see what we got and then know its improvements. My fifth essential, going over to my other hand, would be wristbands. So lately you would see these wristbands been on me, but for a while now I always run with wristbands just because I feel like it's comfortable and my hand doesn't feel too naked. Before I used to have 3 wristbands from Olympics that we got at the Olympic Village. All of them have some sort of message on them. I believe this one is stronger together. So this one is hashtag stronger together. And then the white one definitely faded away completely. And then this is my University of Minnesota track and field band, big up MCT. And we have the red, white, and black. Although it's maroon, but it still counts as red, white, and black. So that's the significance behind these three bands that you would see on my hand when I'm running. Especially coming from such a small country and seeing the history that we've had in track and field and on the Olympic level is quite an honor to represent the country and be one of the new faces on this stage to now push my dreams forward for what I have planned for my country, whether it's at the Big Ten level, the national level, all the way to the Olympic level. As I always say, family and country will come first, and I just want to shoot the two to the highest level and make the world remember that we're good in track and field.
Essential number 6. Massage gun.
Yeah, so I'm a massage gun, and this is a softball. I think they call it a lacrosse ball. It's a baseball. All these are part of prep for training and recovery. Lacrosse ball is one of the most important ones I've learned to use being at the University of Minnesota. This definitely helps with getting tightness out of my hamstrings, my quads, the IT band, the groin, even the back. And then the baseball is just to get, a more acute area. Along with my massage gun, I don't know the name of the massage gun. As you can see, I've used it a lot. It's always a part of me with my bag. I have different attachments for the massage gun, but this one I typically tend to use a lot because this is good for my IT bands and my glutes and my hip. Some areas I have, difficulties managing in terms of tightness or soreness. So definitely before power days in practice and sprinting days in practice. And it's also very convenient if I'm just at home and I feel like I want a quick massage, I can use my massage gun. So these is a big part of keeping me healthy and going for practice and even competition. Our next big essential that loves to fight me as well as help me is muscle rub. I started off using Voltaren, which is more so for your joints and it doesn't really burn. So I use this for my hip joint or if my ankle or my knees are giving me any issues. But the real helper / fighter is Tiger Balm, because this one burns. After you use Tiger Balm, have some hand sanitizer, because if it does get in your eye, you will be running with one eye for a little while. I have a couple, times where that happened, and you wipe your mouth, you're gonna have Tiger Balm in your mouth, and Tiger Balm don't taste good. However, when it comes to helping you in practice, Tiger Balm has saved me multiple times in being able to last throughout the workout. If you know me, I always have a lot of aches and pains, so muscle rub is a big part of my practice. What number is this, 8? Yeah. All right, so for essential number 8, I love to wear shin sleeves when I compete. Shin sleeves are for shin splints, so I have little aches that I feel on the outer part of the muscle of my shins. Just last season, I believe, I started to wear these green shin sleeves because my mom's favorite color is green. So, just have a little mom with me while I'm running. Well, definitely the shin sleeves came from me wearing tall white socks when I used to run. Because back home in Trinidad, when I used to run for Memphis Pioneers, I used to wear tall white socks. Any kind of colored tall white socks. And the reason behind that was because I used to be so small when I was running. If I'm on the back stretch, I used to wear my tall white socks and tell people look for the tall white socks. That's probably me. So it's easier to identify me when I'm running. But then eventually getting stronger and getting little aches in my shins. I brought in shin sleeves to my attire, and now most videos when you see me, I'm more than likely the guy wearing shin sleeves when I'm running. 2024, look out for some new colors.
So we have TOTALSPORT X Kion.
Yeah. Make it happen, man. I'll definitely wear it. Back onto the music. We have essential number 9. I always keep one of my speakers with me. I call these speakers the Evil Twin speakers because the name kind of started with my good friend Jair in Caribbean games in Guadeloupe. We linked the speakers together and we'd always play music. We kind of had to bring the vibes and you have to always bring the Trini culture to when you're warming up for meets and stuff, had the music playing and the soca pumping, make sure the vibes always there and the other countries appreciated it. So definitely in competition, if I don't have my headphones on, I have a speaker blasting any kind of Caribbean music because wherever I am in the world, they need to know the Caribbean is here and Trinidad and Tobago is here. And we always bring the vibes. I'm not overly superstitious, like I'm not going to say if I don't have my lucky sock in this race, I'm going to lose. But I try to keep the same method all the time because consistency, especially in track and field, is a big thing to success. So just having a lot of these things, by my side all the time, it's kind of what helps me. I've been like, if one day I forget my speakers home, it's not gonna be the end of the world, but definitely you might see my dancing now and again. In my first ever curve to 100-meter finals in Cayman Islands, the starter said set, and my mind went completely blank. I wasn't even hearing anything. And then the gun went off, and I came dead last in that race, and we said that is never going to happen again. So in terms of balancing nerves along with excitement, that has become something that I had to grow into and learn about myself over the years. It took a while for me to get to the level-headedness that I have currently, but it was possible and it's doable. You just had to find the right cues and keep the consistency, as I mentioned before, because everything with track and field is just consistency. My last essentials, I would definitely have to say, would be my inhaler and some sort of lip balm. So if y'all don't really know, again, I go to school in University of Minnesota. That is like Canada, because we literally touch in Canada in terms of the borders. The air ain't nothing like Trinidad. I've never felt a change in air like this before. It gets so dry to the point where if you smile too hard, your lips gonna start to bleed. So yeah, you gotta make sure your lips stay, some type of moist. So I use Burst Bees and Blistex. These two have been the best for me so far. They have other chapstick brands I use, but these are the two that I consistently have. And then, along with being in Minnesota and training indoors all the time, and if you know anything about indoor tracks, the air quality in the indoor track is even worse than the air quality outside of the indoor track. So the thin air that you already get in the cold becomes worse. As I have an inhaler, yes, I have asthma. The worse the air is, the worse for me. But typically on a speed endurance day, if we have anything over 200 meters, you'll see me pump this guy a couple times. You'll see me put on chapstick before I run, and I ain't trying to look good. It's literally just my lips not being dry when I'm running. I realize, not really a superstition, but it helps me mentally that I don't have to think about being thirsty too much. So this definitely helps with practice somehow. I don't know, but it's something I learned over the 4 years. And this is keeping me alive in Minnesota with, my breathing. Hey, all of that is a part of the grind. And I like to tell myself, because I am able to train in this poor air quality, when I come to good air quality, I will be running better. So I tell myself that. I don't know how true it is, but hey, we just go with it. You gotta keep a positive mindset with this track thing. That's how you just run fast. Thank you guys for watching. Those are my top 10 essentials today with Total Sport. Catch you next time.